Although the swoop of red-tailed hawks is a common sight over the fields of Wisconsin, these beautiful birds are still awe-inspiring. Poetry in motion, these remarkable hawks are the very definition of resilience. In fact, because of their amazing ability to adapt to their surroundings, red-tailed hawk populations have actually increased since the 1960s. You can find red-tailed hawks everywhere, from open prairies to western deserts, and even, occasionally, perched on city apartment buildings. They're so hardy that in Wisconsin and throughout the Midwest, they usually stay through the winter. A red-tail's hunting skills are truly exceptional. They may have the most powerful eyesight in the animal kingdom. Their fast-focusing, binocular vision can spot prey as small as a mouse from 100 feet away with astonishing accuracy. Their heavy brows shade their eyes from the sun, and the position of their eyes on the sides of their faces gives them a much wider field of vision. They also safeguard those incredible eyes with a third eyelid called a nictitating membrane that protects their eyes from obstacles while flying and defends against scratches when struggling with prey. Once they've found their prey, they dive, talons first, at up to 120 miles per hour for the capture. Their razor-sharp talons have an unusual and useful feature. Normally, the talons stay closed when the birds are relaxed. That means the hawk must consciously open its talons during a hunting dive. But once those talons touch their target, they automatically snap shut, applying 200 pounds of pressure per square inch, killing their prey instantly. While the red-tail's favorite foods are rodents and small mammals like mice, squirrels, and rabbits, they aren't picky eaters. Without predators like the red-tails, we would quickly be overrun by rodents who damage crops and the environment when their numbers are too great. Often when you spot a red-tail soaring in the sky, you'll see another one flying nearby. That's because red-tails mate for life. In order to attract a mate, a young male will put on a spectacular aerial courtship show for his chosen female, repeatedly rocketing straight up into the air and then diving to demonstrate his skill. If she returns his interest, the two may lock talons in the air and plummet to the earth together, pulling away and swooping up into the air just before they hit the ground. First dates don't get much more exciting than that. The pair works in partnership to raise their young. Together, they construct a nest from branches and bark high in the crown of a tree, lining it with softer material. The female lays between 1 to 5 eggs, and both parents take turns keeping the eggs warm. Once the chicks hatch, the female stays with the babies in the nest while the male hunts and brings back food for his mate and babies. After about 6 to 7 weeks, the chicks' wings mature enough that they can try their first flights. But the fledglings continue to live with their parents for 1 to 2 more months as they gain flying experience. During that time, their parents also teach them how to hunt by bringing the fledglings live prey to practice their skills. Once the juveniles do leave the nest, they are much lighter in color overall, and their tails are brown until they eventually molt to red when they're about 1 year old. At Pope Farm, we're fortunate to have a pair of red-tails who live and nest here. Look high in the oak trees where they sometimes sit still as sentinels watching for movement. If you're patient and lucky, you may even have the privilege of observing a red tail use its amazing superpowers as it hunts from the clouds.